Hello, it's Dr. Huizenga, the Infidelity Coach, and I'm here in my writing den and exploring today question number 9 in the Q&A series related to surviving infidelity. And the question we're looking at today is a question that I hear perhaps more than any other, and that question is, will I ever trust again? There are a couple ways of looking at this question, or there are a couple, I think, meanings behind this question. And one meaning behind this question is, will I ever trust my cheating spouse again? Will it ever be the same as it was before? And the answer to that is no. It will not be the same as it was before. And there probably always will be a part of you that holds back to some degree, always remembers, and in some ways that the trust has been tarnished. But the trust can be reinstated, can be restored. However, it doesn't happen easily. And what it usually takes is I'd say, anywhere from 3 to 12, 18 months with both people kind of working individually and together, discussing, doing some soul searching, looking at what you want from each other, declaring self, doing everything you need to be able to feel 99% sure that his or her words and actions are predictable and can be counted upon. So yes, you can trust again, although it's a long path, and it probably is a path that will be very difficult but well worth it. You can move your relationship to new levels of intimacy and understanding, even though there's this trauma is lurking in the background. Another dimension of this question, will I ever trust again, is, will I ever be able to enter into a loving relationship? And the question here that I want to pose is, will you ever be able to trust yourself again? You see, you've been burned. You've lost your bearings. And in ways you've lost your ability to trust your own intuition, your own instincts. And you're saying, can I ever use those again to enter into a loving relationship? Can I trust myself? Will I know what the flags are? Will I know when I'm going to get hurt again? A very legitimate question. And let me suggest that you do this then, that you begin thinking about what are the standards that I have for a loving relationship? What's extremely important for me in a loving relationship? And begin to define those very clearly. Look at boundaries. What are the boundaries I need in my life to protect myself? And when I see a red flag, or when I believe that I'm walking down that path where I might get hurt, how do I set those boundaries to protect myself? And then the third thing I want you to do is to ask yourself, what are the signs of a healthy relationship? What would it look like to be in a healthy relationship? And what does it look like to be in an unhealthy relationship? So what you're doing here is you're going back and you're reconfiguring yourself, you're redesigning yourself so that you have some standards, you know that you can set some boundaries, and you know what you're looking for in a healthy relationship, and then you will be able to trust yourself much, much more so than right now, perhaps.
If you have more questions about infidelity, I suggest you click the link below. Over the years, I've developed a number of courses, and this specific course will help you focus on the top questions that people ask when they discover infidelity or are extremely confused about what's happening with their infidelity situation. For example, you'll bump into the top 10 questions, top 10 common questions that people ask. I also have an extensive section on the top 10 questions people should ask when confronted with infidelity. And I have an interview that offers specific information about infidelity. So get clarity, get understanding, and get in control of your thinking and your feelings. Click the link below. Also, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe. That would be helpful for me. All right, I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Take care. And I want you to know that this too shall pass.